There are two main ways to deploy a WordPress website. You could either use a shared WordPress hosting or you could set up your own dedicated WordPress hosting server. Now you might be wondering, what is the difference between these two options? So basically, here's how it works. Anytime you buy a WordPress hosting plan from platforms like Bluehost, Hostinger, SiteGround, and the likes, what you are actually doing is renting a particular amount of server space that you can use to run your website. But the key thing here is other websites get to share the same server with you. That is why using a shared hosting has a number of disadvantages, like you have minimal control over the server environment because the web hosting platform gets to handle all of that for you. Also, you are sharing resources like processing power and memory with other websites, which can impact the performance of your own website, and your website is more vulnerable to security breaches in a shared hosting environment. If you're working with a small website where you only expect just a couple of visitors a month, you will do just fine using a shared hosting package because you don't actually need a lot of resources and you really don't have too much to lose. But as your website gets bigger and you start attracting more and more traffic, if you want to get the best performance from your website, then you need to switch to your own dedicated server. This will give you full control over your server resources since you are not sharing space with any other website. Also, you can configure and optimize your server whichever way would best serve your website. And since you'll be the one to handle every aspect of your server setup, you can ensure optimal performance for your WordPress website. And the good thing is you can easily scale resources upwards or downwards depending on your website needs. So let's say you start getting high volume of traffic to your website, you can easily expand to more server space without any issues. Although setting up your own server will require you to deal with sophisticated cloud service providers like AWS, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, and the likes. That is why, despite all of these advantages, most WordPress developers usually settle for shared hosting packages because it is beginner friendly and does not require any technical knowledge. But what if I tell you that you can now host your WordPress websites on your own servers in a beginner friendly way? That means you will not need to figure out how to use complex platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and DigitalOcean. Just open flywp.com. And to make it easier for you, I'm going to put this link in the description of this video. FlyWP is the tool that makes it super easy for you to create your own WordPress servers without interacting with the cloud service providers directly. So you can see here, Cloud Server Control Panel for WordPress, deploy lightning fast WordPress sites on your own server in minutes. So basically, FlyWP is Docker-powered WordPress server management platform for any cloud provider. Whether you want to use DigitalOcean, Volta, Linode, AWS, Google Cloud, Hasna, Microsoft Azure, or any other custom cloud provider that you want to use. And the good thing is you can get a 14 days free trial of FlyWP so that you have enough time to test it out. So right here, what you just want to do is to click on start for free. Then you can set up a brand new FlyWP account by entering your name, email address, set a password yourself, confirm the password, and then check terms of service. Also, you can sign up with your Google account, your GitHub account, or your Twitter account. I already have a FlyWP account, so I'll just go ahead and log in with my Google account. Once you log in, this is what your FlyWP dashboard is going to look like. And as you can see, it's a very simple, user-friendly dashboard that anybody can use, even if you are just seeing this for the first time. Now, the first thing we need to do is connect our FlyWP account to the cloud service provider we want to use. That way, we'll be able to create and manage our WordPress servers on these cloud platforms directly from inside our FlyWP account. So to connect your FlyWP account to the cloud service provider you want to use, right here, just go ahead and click on Add Provider, then click on the Add Provider button. Now you can select the server provider that you want to use. You can see that they have a number of options. You could use DigitalOcean, Volta, AWS, or Akamai. For DigitalOcean, you can just enter the profile name you want to use and then add your API token. To get the API token, just log into your DigitalOcean account and then click on the API token link right here, and that will take you to where you can copy the API token and paste it right here. The same for Volta, enter a profile name and your API token. But for this video, I am going to use AWS. And for AWS, we need to enter a profile name, then enter our access key ID, and then the secret access key. For the profile name, you can use any name you want. Just use a name that relates to the project that you're actually setting up right now. So let me just use my first server as name. And then to get the access keys that we need, let's go over to our AWS console. And if you don't have an AWS account yet, you can just set up a new one for free in just a few minutes. So just open a new tab and then type in AWS, and then you can just click this link right here. And here you can see the option to get started for free. So you can just click on this and then set up your account. It's as simple as that. And once you are inside your AWS console, to get the keys we need, just click on the account icon right here where you have the name of your account, and then click on security credentials. And here just come down to the access key section and click on create access key. I'll just check I understand and then click on create access key again. All right, so this is the access key ID. I'm going to copy this and then come over and paste it right here. Next, we have the access secret key. Of course, you don't want to share these credentials with anybody. So I'm going to copy this as well and then come over and paste it in the secret access key field. Now you can just go ahead and click on add credential. And that is it. Now you can see that we have our AWS connection right here. And if you want to add more providers, you can easily do that by clicking on the add provider button again, select the provider you want to use, and follow the same process. Now that we've established connection between our FlyWP account and our AWS account, the next thing we need to do is to create our first server. So to do that, you can come over to servers. So you can see the first step, we've added a server provider. Now you can also integrate Cloudflare to your InstaWP account, and that'll help you with DNS management, caching, and the likes. Also, you can create SSH keys if you want to, like, maybe give your team members access to your servers. That'll help you do that. But what I want to do right now is to create our first server. So I'm going to click on create server. Here you're going to see all the server providers you've connected to your FlyWP account. And right now we have just AWS. So I'm going to select AWS and then select the credential we want to use. This is like the connection you just created. And then for the server host name, let me just use my first server. And then for the region, you want to probably select the region closest to you. And then you can also select the server side. Remember I mentioned earlier that one of the main benefits of having your own server is you can scale upwards or scale downwards depending on your website needs. So here you can basically select the server size that you want to use. This way you are only paying for what you actually need. So let me just use 1 gig, 1 CPU. And then finally, you have the option to set the disk size. And once you are done with all of this, you can just go ahead and click on create server. So now FlyWP is going to do all the background work for you and set up your server on the cloud provider that you've chosen. You really don't need to figure out how to use AWS because FlyWP is going to handle all of that for you and just give you a finished product that you can easily manage using their very simple user interface. So this is just going to take a couple of seconds. Now that we've successfully created our server on AWS, let's go ahead and install a new WordPress website on this server. And the good thing is you can do everything from inside your FlyWP account. You don't need to leave FlyWP in order for you to set up your website. So on the side menu here, you can see a number of options: site, SSH keys, database, cron, status, firewall, manage, and settings. Let's start with site. So you can come over here and click on create new site. Then you have a number of options. You can create an instant site, a standard WordPress site, a WordPress multi-site, or create your website by cloning a Git repository. I'm going to create a standard WordPress website. So I'm going to select standard site. So you can see here that you can enter your domain name, select the PHP version you want to use. I'm going to use 8.1. And then if you've integrated Cloudflare to your FlyWP account, you'll be able to check add DNS record on Cloudflare, and that will automatically manage the DNS record for you on Cloudflare. Also, you can enable HTTPS, and Cloudflare is going to give you a free SSL certificate. So you don't need to bother about getting a separate SSL certificate. And then if you want, you can use an external database. So just for the sake of this example, I'm going to use the FlyWP test domain name and then click on next. Now, this is where you can get to set up your WordPress admin details. If you want to install a WordPress multi-site, you can check this. But aside that, just go ahead and enter the title of your website. So let me just use my website, for example, and then you can enter the admin email, the admin username. Let me just use admin as username. Then set a password for yourself. And I'm going to check enable full page cache and then click on next. Now FlyWP will just go ahead and create your website for you. And as simple as that, we have our new WordPress website right here. So you can click on visit site to see what your website looks like. So this is the website I'll have using the 2024 theme. Also, you can log into your WordPress admin dashboard directly from inside your FlyWP account. So you don't need to deal with username and password. Just click on the WP admin button and that will bring you straight to your WordPress admin dashboard. So you can see that aside from helping you create your server, FlyWP can actually help you do a lot of stuff like caching, then SSL. You can see that SSL certificate is enabled for this website. Also, you can manage your WP config file directly from inside your FlyWP account. So you don't need to open the PHP file for you to manage the configuration of your website. So you can enable debug mode, log errors if you want to log errors. This is very useful if you are trying to catch bugs when developing your website. You can also check display PHP errors. Then you have more options like enable script debug, disable JavaScript concatenation, enable save queries, disable WordPress core updates. Or if you want to go through the route of editing the WP config file manually, just click on edit manually and you'll be able to do that. Aside that, you can just click on save changes. Now you also have the security option, emails, if you want to send emails from your WordPress website. FlyWP will make it very easy for you to do that. And then we'll have updates. You can update the plugins and themes on your website from this section. Then you've come over to manage. This is where you can get to manage the services your website is using. And then you can see your database credential right here. And then you can also back up your website from inside your FlyWP account. And then in the log section, if you have log errors enabled in WP config, you'll be able to see all of those logs right here. And if you come over to settings, you can see more configurations for your website. The domain name, the PHP settings, you can enable, PHP caching, enable just-in-time compilation for PHP. And one good thing I like about FlyWP is this maintenance mode. Once in a while, you might want to check to make sure that everything is going well and everything is up to date on your website. So here you can come over and enable maintenance mode, and FlyWP is going to do all the necessary checks and all the necessary updates for you, while also displaying a very nice page to inform your website visitors that the website is currently undergoing a maintenance. So this one, very, very useful feature. And before you turn this on, you probably want to let your website users know that you have a scheduled maintenance coming up, from a certain time to a certain time. Then you can clone the site, and if you want to delete the website, you have the delete site option right here. So this is the first website we created. You can go ahead and create more sites. Also, you can go ahead and create more servers. All the servers you created, you're going to see them right here. This is the first server that we created. If you want to create more servers, you can click on create new server, and then you can come over to sites to see all the websites you've created. If you want to add more websites, you can just go ahead and click on create new site. I've been using FlyWP a lot recently because it makes WordPress development super, super easy for me. You can come over and try it out and let me know what you think about FlyWP in the comment section. And that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll be there answering your questions. Also, before you go, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.